Hello, Prudential Sales Executives, for our video message of the week. All right, we just finished our series, our three-part series on core values. We're going to move to another series, and it's going to be a two-part series on business planning. Yes, it is that time of year. We are now entering the fourth quarter of the year, and it's time to plan for 2012. Now, what's great about doing your planning now, it not only helps you start off the year with a powerful first quarter, because we all know that we're pretty much right now, with a lot of the efforts that we have today, we're working on 2012. But what it also does is to get you clear, for this fourth quarter and really pushes strong. So it ends with a strong fourth quarter and sets you up for an awesome first quarter. All right. We're going to cover two parts. The first part, we're going to talk about the mindset of business planning. Now, I know I'm a broken record on mindset, and I will continue to be because it's that important. We're going to cover three items today: why, what, and how. And our second part of the series, we will get into the depths and the specifics of the how. Let's get started. All right, first of all, why do we business plan? Well, let me give you a crazy example. What if when we sold real estate, we never put it in writing? We only just basically verbalized all the transactions, and when you got to closing, hopefully everyone would be in agreement, and we close based on all these verbal conversations. Would that be lots of fun? I say no. So we can't do it in our business. Writing things down, and organizing our thoughts is as simple as clarifying what we want to see happen. So for example, our first one, why? Well, it's a strong question. Why are we doing this? Why are we in real estate? Why is this your career? Why do you have the commitment or need the commitment? You've got to make sure that you've answered this question. Key, what this does for you, and this same aspect is going to hit each one of these items we talk about today, but what it does is it gives you clarity of your intention. All right? You understand, well, here's why. It's a reason why we make a list of all the things that we want, the list of 100 items that we want, our dreams, our hopes, and what we want to create in our lives. Why? We create a clarity on what we're trying to create. Very important in this first step. So you've got to answer the why and get it in writing. Really important. The next area is the what. Same message. Clarity of intention of what I'm trying to succeed. Now let's tie this right into real estate. What am I trying to do? Well, for example, I'm trying to create 30 transactions this year. I want them to create 30 transactions with a 175,000 average sales price, whatever those numbers are. And we're going to get to those specifics next week. But here's the kicker on this. You got to answer the question of what? Again, clarity of intention. I know my focus this year is going to close 30 transactions. Just knowing that number and having that intention, I promise you, will bring business to support, that ultimate goal. And last but not least is the how. This is the key. This is all about the business plan and how we're going to achieve. They all work together. How we're going to achieve the what, which will support the why. They all work together, But this plan is so important. But I want you to understand, just like everything I just talked about, the reason we need a plan is, again, clarity of intention. This next week, I'm going to break down that plan and give you some specific ideas of what you have to include in your plan to be successful. But for this week, I want you to take the time and answer these questions. The why you're doing this. If you haven't started on your 100 list of items of your dreams, do it. And the what. What am I trying to create so next week we can work on the how. Have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye. Hello, Prudential Sales Executives, for our video message of the week. All right, if you remember, we covered step 1 of business planning last week, and now we're on step 2. We covered the why are we doing this, What are we trying to create in our lives, our dreams, our aspirations? Then we talked a little bit about last week, the what. What are we actually trying to create? This week, we're going to talk about the how. And what's really key about the how, it's all about the changes that you want to make in your business to take it to that next level and ensure that you reach the results that you want to reach. Now, there's a key concept when we're talking about how, and it's about specific, measurable action steps. Think about it. I'm going to repeat that. Specific, measurable action steps. Now remember, I always talk about less is more, so we're not trying to do a ton of things here. We want to minimize it, but they've got to be very specific, measurable action steps that moves you forward. Let me give you some examples. Let's say you want to do more transactions with your sphere. Okay, so you want to increase the amount of transactions that you do with your sphere. What is an action step, a measurable action step? Well, let's say you said, you know what, I'm going to contact 10 people in my sphere per day. I'm going to speak to 10. Okay, not only call, but I'm going to speak to 10 people in my sphere per day. I'm going to ask them what real estate needs they have in the short term and the long term, and I'm specifically going to ask them for referrals. That is a specific, measurable step that you can take to move your business forward. Let's say you want to tweak your skill set with listing presentations. Well, what's a measurable step? I can tape myself while doing my listing presentation, and each week I'm going to do a minimum of 3 listing presentations live in front of clients. And then at the end of the month, I'm going to tape myself again and see as I've gotten better. In between, you can even have measurable steps to practice. Please, what's so important here is don't make this so overwhelming for yourself. That's why it's key. Simple, specific, measurable action steps that slowly move you forward. That's what this is all about. Lastly, and I'm going to give you another example here because I think it's very powerful. As you go through building your plan of attack, your business plan, is please bring in, this doesn't only have to be tied to business. Life and business can be separate and together, because that's really how it works. They seem separate many times, but they are also tied together. Personal life balance. Have something in there. Maybe it's as simple as I want to go on a date each week with my spouse. And I'm going to make sure, maybe you do it twice a month to start off with. You don't have to do it all at one time. But again, that's a measurable step that you're saying that, my personal life balance is also one of the things that I put on my want list. Well, that's great. Now you say every other week, I will go on a date with my spouse and commit to being there and moving that personal life balance forward. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll talk to you next week. Finish up those business plans. Bye-bye.